Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome to my podcast called Voces y Vivencias. And today I am with Yvette.
Hello.
Yvette Alice.
Oui.
Alice. All right, so the podcast really is about, different things that I share as an artist, as a songwriter, and also through storytelling, behind the scenes, and all of that. So today, my first guest is from Ghana, so I'm repping her country.
You're repping us real good right now.
Kente. Did me well when I went to Ghana 2 years ago.
Yes, you did go to Ghana 2 years ago.
I did. It was nice. Everything was fabulous. Anyway, so on today's podcast, we will be talking about music, as always. So this is a spot, this is a, safe place for artists to come and, share a bit about who they are. Myself, I am Nancita Kapi. Mm-hmm. I am a
faceted,
yes. Lingual, artist. And yes, and I just want to share my art with, the world, especially with women. Like my thing really is to empower other women through, my lyrics with what I've gone through and also other things too. I love fitness too. So sometimes I also share fitness and stuff like that, but it's just to help other people that, need, another voice and to know that, they can get out of whatever they are. So today we're talking about winter blues.
Yeah.
Winter blues, introverts in music.
Yeah.
And a little bit about, yourself and myself.
Yeah.
So would you like to introduce yourself to my guests?
I'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm Yvette Alice. Mm-hmm. That is my stage name. And I started making music, honestly, I would probably say when I was even a child. You know when you're a kid and you're playing with your friends and you just make up songs on the playground, or you just... Honestly, me and my siblings would sit down and put on full productions just for fun in the basement. Oh, nice. Stuff like that,
Yes.
But I didn't really tap into it until about maybe 2021, 2022. Pandemic era really, I don't know, I feel like my artistry really came out during that time because what could we do? Literally nothing.
TikTok.
Literally, we couldn't do anything. Yeah. And I just went through this phase of you know what? I love to sing. I grew up in church. I've grown up in productions and Christmas plays and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I should take my songs that are just sitting on my phone and I should do something about it.
Okay. So that's when it started for you?
That's when it started for me.
Okay.
It was very much like a passion project. That's what music really is for me. I always say it was my first love just because there's so much when you listen to a song for the first time and you even get emotional, music really gets me like that.
Interesting, wow.
100%.
Did you always have a sweet spot for music?
Always.
Okay.
And honestly, shout out to my parents for, I think it really kicked off for me. There was one night we were all just sitting in my room for some reason. I think I just got a computer in my room and it was the biggest deal and everyone was like, oh, let's go to your room. And my mom played Michael Jackson's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
Okay.
And from that moment, I think I was 10 maybe. That changed me. That's the defining moment for me, honestly, in terms of my music career and wanting to pursue music.
Right.
It was after I heard that song because I just said, wow, this is so good. And then we went down the rabbit hole of Michael Jackson's entire discography and wow, icon. Yes. And yeah, so it just kind of went on from there. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to record.
Yeah.
And I recorded my first song and it really took off from there.
All right, what are some challenges that you faced as an artist? Because you started, that's when you started, 2021, I would say. What challenges have you faced so far?
I think
is worth sharing with our public.
Yeah, I think the biggest one is, there's actually so many.
There are.
Honestly, it ranges from imposter syndrome or, trying to balance your day to day because as much as I am an artist and I put out my music, I'm in school. I was working 3 jobs. I'm hustling,
Yes.
I'm the eldest daughter of an African household. You know what I mean? There's so much more and there's so much going on consistently.
Right.
So there's so many other factors that will come into play with trying to pursue a music career this is an expensive side,
Exactly.
An expensive hobby to have, like an expensive side passion to have. You know what I mean? So there's also putting all that into consideration, and also like because you want to have time to put in your heart and soul into what you do. At least for me, like I really want to put out music that is inspiring, music that will make someone feel something, like how I felt when I listened to Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, you know what I mean? So I think those are some of the biggest challenges for sure.
But how much also, like, as an artist, do you share? Like, you know, because for writing, sometimes, you know, do you want people to know your business? Are you, like, introverted, extroverted, private? No?
Yeah.
How much, like, do you pour into, like, songwriting, for example?
Honestly, so I personally, I'm very introverted. I'm very much I like my downtime. I like to be by myself. I like to read. I like to do my stuff, like, by myself, of course. But I find that everything that I love, it requires me to be extroverted. So it's kind of like I'm consistently putting myself in uncomfortable situations, but that's obviously where you grow, right? And so for me, I just kind of look at them as like opportunities of growth rather than like, oh, like it's kind of freaking me out. But and like from that, there's been so many good experiences and like opportunities from that. So yeah, I'm definitely more introverted. So when it comes to writing, I write from a place of almost like a release. Like I just, I want to get what I'm feeling out, right?
Okay.
And so it gets pretty deep. It gets pretty like, I be in my business, but it's my business, so I should be allowed to be in it. But I do feel like I definitely I don't hold back, basically, when I write. And so putting it out there sometimes can also be a little bit, you know, a little bit
healing.
scary.
But healing at the same time.
Yeah, it's like a weird, cathartic kind of feeling, you know?
Yeah.
Because low-key, I'm telling you my business. But I wouldn't usually just walk up and tell you my business, but now I'm putting it to music and I'm letting you listen to it. Like it's very, it's like deeply personal, you know?
Yeah.
But I love that I can express myself in that way.
Right. And the part that I like is that you can always make something very artistic. Very artsy. So you can tell a story and really depends on like the storyline, depends on like the type of lyrics or words you choose to explain something.
Exactly.
And which is the part sometimes which I enjoy, me personally, where it's just like, okay, well, I can say this like this or like that, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what's fun about it, because then you can spend hours be like, all right, do I like it? Do I like the lyrics or not? You know, and you know, still put it out there and
and you can always tweak like what you actually said to just give like the idea of what you said, you know?
Exactly.
So like there's ways to go about telling your business, but in like a subtle way.
Exactly. It's all media at the end of the day, right?
Exactly.
So it's you know
that laugh, our laugh low-key, that was deep. But
exactly. So so basically, I was also going to talk a bit about winter blues, because I know we are in the season of winter. And how's that for music? Like, what kind of music do you listen to, or what kind of music that would you recommend the public to listen to during the winter if they're experiencing seasonal affective disorder?
Yeah, because it gets heavy for sure. Like, especially with the cold in the winter, and I think people tend to isolate a lot more also in the winter. Just seems like that's the trend, but I personally, I'm a Christmas stan. Like Christmas is honestly probably half of my entire personality. I will start listening to Christmas music on my birthday if I could, and I can. And nobody stops me.
When's your birthday?
In May.
Okay, cool.
But I don't know. For me, there's something so joyful about Christmas music, and not even just the typical every song that you can think of for Christmas, somebody has an R&B version, a country version, a rock version, and that's what you're into. You can find something to still feel festive but suit your vibe. So I'm deep in my Christmas playlist. I don't play about Christmas. But yeah, so that's typically what I listen to around this time. And then usually, as always, my gospel music, I'm always in my gospel music bag. I feel like the combination of those two things, for me at least, kind of helped me get through this season. But what about you?
It really depends. Like, for example, like for me, I know like last week, I am like my music, I describe it as autobiographies, really, because it's basically what I live that I put on paper, on lyrics, and, or now it's digital. Like I put on my notes, put on my notes, and then make music out of it. So it's like last week I was feeling a certain way, and then I was like, oh, and then I was like, I'm going to the studio, and then I wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't know, like I go through winter with being creative.
Yeah.
So, and it really depends. Some people, it's like you're listening to sad songs, but it doesn't mean you're sad, right? So it just depends on like whatever you feel in the moment. Just look for, a way to get through it. And maybe like also like, for example, like I know for sad, some people have sad. So if they can get, if they get diagnosed to kind of see like, how to get better through that. But for me, it's like any music really works. Yeah. Really depends on your mood. Maybe listen to something that you really enjoy. If you like R&B, listen to R&B. If you, if you like writing, do writing. Just, make the best out of it. So that, and it's a temporary season as well. So eventually the sun's gonna come back.
Exactly.
Around, and yes, exciting times.
Exactly.
And
it's also like so important to lean on your friends, especially during this season, during this time. And naturally it kind of happens because it is the Christmas period and you are gonna leave. But even like leaning on them a bit more, not just waiting until like Christmas Day. Like you can go out.
And for me the thing is like it's not the 25th. Like I mean it's a great period to like, see your friends, see your loved ones, and like just enjoy time.
There's a lot of love and like a lot of joy during this time. So like trying to tap into that to overcome the the sadness and all of that. I feel like that goes such a long way.
And reach out for help.
And also friends, reach out to your friends.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Segue though, I have music coming out.
Yes, you do.
In about so in a few days, so January 2nd. So they're excited about that.
I'm so excited.
They're excited about that. So be on the lookout, guys.
We will be.
It's gonna be amazing.
We will be on the lookout. 100%.
Amazing, and just shout out to my production team once more, for that.
What's the vibe of the song? Like, what can you give us?
It's interesting because it's like it's coming out like in the winter, but it's like summer.
Perfect. We need a summer bop.
Exactly. So it's a bit of like a little summertime in the winter, so it gets you warm. So if you're sad, listen to that song. Listen to that song, guys.
I love it.
It's coming out January 2nd.
Okay, well, I'm excited.
And with that being said, do you have any freebies that you want to give to our guest, like our public today before we end our session? Freebies.
I would say definitely tap into the indie communities where you're at. So if you're in Ottawa,
hello.
Nancita's also here. Honestly, wherever you are, if you're an artist, like there's so much to learn, and she has so much wisdom. So tap into it.
Thank you.
That's my freebie.
Okay, my freebie for artists this month is if you are looking to release music, because right now, like November, December, January, very like competitive periods. Make sure everything's lined up. Make sure, you're tapping into the marketing, the production. You have something done, like something that's very well done in place. And, just brace for it and just be ready to, share your art with the world because, December, it's very competitive. I mean, there's already Mariah Carey song that's like, number one. So if you want to release during those times, just make sure you prepare ahead of time. So that's my freebie for my artists.
I love that. Yes. I will also keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. So with that being said, thanks for being here today with me.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to my public at Voces y Vivencias with Nancita Kapi. See you next time.